It's morphin' time!
Pterodactyl.
Hi there, this is Datila with Rangers of Wrestling, bringing you the It's Wrestling Time Impact Wrestling post show. Alright, so tonight's Impact Wrestling got kicked off with the Fatal 4-Way match, Fatal 4-Way number 1 contenders match for the X Division Championship. It was Steve Maclin versus Rohit Raju versus Laredo Kid versus Black Taurus. This was a good way to kick off Impact, I have to say. Of course, what more can we expect from this match? You had a really great X Division showcase. I was surprised Laredo Kid picked up the victory here, though. I was expecting Steve Maclin, who, by the way, still remains undefeated in singles competition. And rest assured, he did not get pinned in this match. Laredo Kid actually pinned Rohit Raju. So, Trey Miguel comes in, shakes Laredo Kid's hand. Actually, they both shake hands. And then Steve Maclin attacks both of them. And then they both counter and give Maclin a double drop kick. So, this surprises me because I thought Maclin's time was coming, and I thought he was going to rip that X Division title off of Trey Miguel. But I guess not yet. C4 Show says, hi there. This is the best Impact review show ever at 10:30 NYC time. Aw, thanks for show. So what do you guys think this is going for? I personally see Steve Maclin being the one to rip it off Trey Miguel, but I think they're holding off. Maybe at Hard to Kill, but Steve Maclin remains undefeated, which is important. I like Steve Maclin. So after that, we had a backstage segment with Madison Rayne. They basically said that if she won tonight, she would be the third knockout to win the title 6 times. And Madison basically said that it doesn't matter if the challenge is different. A lot has changed, but one thing still stays the same. That whenever she challenges someone, she wins the title. And then Gia Miller told her that she's supposed to have an interview with the IInspiration, but she didn't know what she was talking about, which is important because it plays into that segment later on. And after this, we basically had Ace Austin and Madmad Fulton talking about how they're going to pick apart Chris Sabin, and Ace Austin wearing a shirt, who normally doesn't wear a shirt because he likes to show off his chest, was wearing a shirt that says, I beat Chris Sabin. Talk about being cocky. I actually like Ace Austin. I hope someday he becomes Impact champion because he's really good. So after this, we got a Violent by Design segment. Basically, and the funny thing is that Eric Young was wearing white, which is a color of purity. But Eric Young in Violent by Design is far from that, as we know. So he basically says that Rhino made the wrong decision, and every choice has repercussions. And that he showed them last week that when you're violent by design, you're violent by design forever. And that he's a master design of violence. It's time to get his hands dirty. So basically, this kind of led to an open challenge where this random guy, I guess he was a local talent named Jay Vidal, came down to the ring to face Eric Young. Basically, Eric told him where he was from. He said he was from Las Vegas, Nevada. And Eric Young told him that he could feel his energy, which is a dead giveaway that he was sick and has a disease. But not to worry, he's got a cure for that. And of course, this was a short, quick squash match with Eric Young winning. Not a surprise there. So as I said earlier, the Madison Rayne segment played into this next segment. It was supposed to be locker room talk with the IInspiration, but it really wasn't. It was a setup. So Madison Rayne didn't show up, and Cassidy says that she saw DK with her own eyes and that she wants to stay away from ghosts like the undead bride. So this segment basically set up a rematch with DK and the IInspiration at Turning Point, which I hope to be at in a couple weeks. Also, too, this segment leads into another segment later on in the night, but more on that later. So after this, we had the Good Brothers versus FinJuice in a non-title match. This was a good match, of course. Nobody won because the Bullet Club, in the form of Chris Bay, Hikuleo, and Ed Fantasmo, who I met at Bound for Glory, by the way, all come out and attack Gallows. They give him a little blow, and they also attack Finny. They basically start attacking everybody. And so I don't know why after this we got a Johnny Swinger segment and then we got more of what had the aftermath. So I'm just gonna go ahead and talk about the aftermath and then I'll talk about that Johnny Swinger segment. So basically Scott and Moore says that he agrees that they do deserve a shot at the titles and that next week we're gonna have the Bullet Club versus FinJuice to see who gets a shot at the tag titles. And my guess it's gonna be Bullet Club. I'm hoping it's Bullet Club, but I'm still kind of wondering where GOD might play a role because I was at Resurgence. I've said this before. I was at Resurgence, and at Resurgence, GOD got in the Good Brothers face. Although I couldn't hear what was going on because the mic's cut off. But what do you guys think? Do you guys think we'll eventually get the Good Brothers versus GOD? Or you guys think it's just going to be the Good Brothers versus the Bullet Club? I think the Bullet Club is taking this. What do you guys think? Let me know, definitely. So then we get a backstage segment with Swing Daddy, or the Swinger. I like Johnny Swinger. He's hilarious. And he's basically trying to sell painting to raise some money to buy his own casino. And Hernandez, as he calls him, Hern Daddy, tells him to trust him. And basically, Swinger says that he trusts him any day of the week, which I thought was Steve Ball TV. Finally, a post-game Impact show that's worth watching. Oh, thank you so much, Steve Ball TV. Make sure you subscribe if you're new to this channel. All right. So after this, we had Madison Rayne versus Mickie James for the Knockouts Championship. This is a good match. I like this. Of course, Caleb with the K tried to get involved. He knocked Mickie James off the top rope and he distracted the ref. Didn't help though because Madison Rayne ended up losing the match. Although I don't know if anybody caught this, but I did. When Mickie James was outside, Caleb with the K was saying slap them cheeks. Of course, he met her face. He didn't mean anything else by that. It was her face. And she sent him crashing into the steel steps. The Swinger got the biggest pop at Bound. Yes, he did. I have footage of that. He got the biggest pop because people love Swinger. I love Johnny Swinger. He's hilarious. I'm so sad that they got rid of Swinger's Palace, though. So sad. All right. So, overall, like I said, Mickie James won this match. Thank you for subscribing, Steve Fall TV. Mickie James won this match. And of course, Madison Rayne comes out. And not Madison Rayne. Mercedes Martinez, my bad. Sorry about that. And as we all know, at Knockouts Knockdown, Mercedes Martinez became the #1 contender for the Knockouts title. I think Karrion Kross is coming back to Impact. I think so. Him and Scarlett were released. I don't know where else they would go besides Impact. Maybe MLW? Or maybe they'll go to AEW. I don't know. Maybe they probably will come back to Impact. So basically, Mercedes says that they go way back, and she's got much respect for her. That every time she's basically talking to Mickie, and saying that every time people put her down, she steps up to the plate. And she's not there to praise her, but get in much respect. But she said that her next challenger is standing right in front of her. And that turning point, it's going to be Mickie James versus Mercedes Martinez. And I'm actually really excited for that match. I hope to be at Turning Point. I already have my tickets, but hopefully the moons align and I get to go. So after this, I said earlier, the IInspiration goes looking for the Undead Brides and ask them to challenge DK on their behalf. So next week, we're going to get the Undead Brides versus DK. So after that, we got a Josh Alexander, Matt Cardona, and Eddie Edwards segment, and basically saying that they all want the same thing, but not necessary for the same reason. And Edwards urges Alexander to calm down and not to let his emotions get the better of him. And Cardona says they all want the same thing, but they gotta focus, kick ass, and be on the same page. And then after this was Madmad Fulton versus Chris Sabin. Chris Sabin with a surprise victory over Madmad Fulton. Although two spots in this match that I liked was Sabin pulling on Fulton's hair and Fulton picking up Chris Sabin from the neck from the second rope and doing the second rope clothesline. And then, do you think he's going to impact, Steve? I'd love to hear your opinion and anybody else's opinion as to where Karrion Kross and Scarlett Bordeaux are going to end up. I wasn't watching Impact when they were on Impact, so I don't know I don't know how their run in Impact went. I'm gonna say that much. I've actually only been watching Impact for a year. So after this, we had Minoru Suzuki, Morrissey, and Moose versus Eddie Edwards, Mark Cardona, and Josh Alexander. Holy cow. This match was insane. I actually really liked this match. This was a good main event. Of course, Moose was supposed to start off the match against Josh Alexander. That didn't happen. He tagged Minoru Suzuki in. And, oh, wow. Like, honestly, we got previews of Moose versus Alexander and Minoru Suzuki versus Josh Alexander. Both matches are going to be a banger. Like, holy hell. Like, the previews to those matches were insane. Like, I'm looking forward to those matches. And one spot that I did like was that the dive through the ropes onto Moose by Eddie Edwards, and then Cardona took down Minoru Suzuki and Josh Alexander knocked down Morrissey. And the ref, funny thing is that Brian Hebner was ref for this match, and he was also the ref during the Christian Cage Josh Alexander match and allowed Moose to call his shot with Josh Alexander still in the ring. I'm surprised Josh Alexander didn't try anything on Brian Hebner during this match. So in the end, Morrissey, Minoru Suzuki, and Moose end up victorious to close out Impact. That was honestly, like, tonight's show was pretty good. Like, people have to stop sleeping on Impact. I don't know where people think that Impact is dying or anything like that for that matter. But I thought tonight's show was pretty good. I know I heard floating around on the internet, on Twitter, especially, that Petey Williams was removed from the Impact roster page. I believe a couple people are. Or let me see. I think I have the tweet on here. Let me just double check. So I'm gonna give credit to the person who posted it. So according to Pro Wrestling Scene at the PWC, they removed Petey Williams, Taylor Wilde, TJP, No Way Jose, and Tommy Dreamer from their roster. Tommy Dreamer is not a surprise. Petey Williams, I heard he tried out for a producer job for the WWE. Taylor Wilde, I think she has visa issues. I'm not entirely sure. TJP, I'm not quite sure about, and No Way, I'm not quite sure about. Tommy Dreamer, I think we all know why he got taken off. But what do you guys think? Have you guys heard anything about those? Because I haven't. But it's still interesting. I'm still curious to know why a lot of those people were removed. But I think it's mainly because of the issues that I just said. Again, I don't know anything about TJP or No Way because I don't want to make any speculations. But what did you guys think of tonight's show? Did you guys like it? Did you guys not like it? I hope you guys liked it. Really did. And all right, well, thank you guys all so much for watching. I give Impact 4 out of 5. I really like tonight's show. And if you like Power Rangers, I also do Power Rangers stuff. I do have my own Power Rangers podcast called Legacy of Power. I'm going to be doing Power Rangers toy reviews soon, again, and wrestling toy reviews as well. Thank you guys all so much for watching, and please don't forget to like and subscribe, and make sure you hit that bell so you can notify whenever I go live. And you guys all have a great night. Bye.